following it. He's following it. Got him! Oh yeah! What's up guys, Chris from One More Cast. So just got to 19th Street. Got here a little bit later than I wanted to. Sun's already starting to come up a little bit. I was hoping to beat the sunrise, but it took me a little bit longer this morning getting everything ready and getting to the ramp. But so Saturday I came out here and I did like a practice charter situation. Brought 2 people out and planned on getting them some bait. You know, using bait usually makes things a whole lot easier, especially with people that don't really saltwater fish a lot. So it usually makes it easier. Well, there was no bait. Well, I came out here to 19th Street. I knew I could probably try to find some fish, but there was no bait, so we fished strictly artificial and we had a great day. I didn't record that day just because I wanted to focus mainly on putting the people on fish, so I didn't want to worry about the GoPro or, you know, having to start recording, stop recording. I just wanted to focus on putting them on fish, and we actually had a great day. And we were only using artificial, so that made it even better. But I fished a little bit, you know. For the most part, I kind of sat around and kind of helped instruct them things to do. But so today I decided I'd come out here. The conditions are pretty much the same, so I'm gonna see if I can't find the school of redfish that we got on last time and possibly get a nice snook. Last time we struggled with a snook. I ended up hooking 2 snook. They didn't end up getting one at all, but I'd like to find a nice snook today. So I'm gonna go ahead, get out there and get to fishing. I'll see you guys soon. All right, so I'm at a spot right now. So the tide's coming in and the wind's blowing at this island. You can see I'm floating across. So that side, it goes from about 5 feet, and it goes to, actually starts at 6 feet out there, and then goes 5, 4, pretty much gets shallower as you come. So right on the other side of the bar, it's about 1.5 to 2 feet, and then right here you get to about a foot. And then once you get across that bar though, this bar right here where I'm floating into now, it starts to get deeper again. It starts to go back to about 1.5 to 2 feet, then about 2.5 feet up against the mangroves. So this is a really good spot for fish like snook and redfish to come on, stay during either lower tides or tides that are coming in, because I figure a lot of the predators that eat them, like dolphins and stuff, they're not getting across that bar because it's so shallow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to anchor down and I'm going to really dissect this area behind the bar. So I got bumped a few times out there. I think that was just like trout or something. I'm pretty sure that was like trout or something. But once you get a little bit further up close to mangroves, it gets a little bit deeper. So I'm gonna work this mangrove edge, which right here is not too deep, but I know once you get over that area right there, that's where it starts to get a little deep. Alright, got something. Snook. That's not too bad. Oh, I'm in his gill plate. There we go. Not too bad of a snook. There we go. Get this out of your gill. There we go. Fell right out. Got that on that. That's that troutcicle. There we go. Little guy. Alright, this guy right here. Not too big of a guy, but go ahead and he's ready to go. Oh, there he goes. That's right after I switched my lure too. I got hit by a pufferfish and it chewed up my beer run, so I wasn't having any luck with it really, so I figured I'd go ahead and switch. It's not frayed up really too bad at all, it being stuck in his gill plate like that. But yeah, switched that troutcicle. It worked out pretty good. I'm gonna start drifting over to this next flat I want to go to. I normally have my setups is I'll normally put on a 1/4 ounce or a 3/16 ounce regular jig head like this one, just a regular old jig head. I usually put a shrimp on there. I will put a paddle tail on there sometimes, or I'll put any other bait on there, any kind of stick bait or anything like that. I normally put on the regular jig head. And then with my paddle tails, I normally run an 1/8 ounce. That way I can cover all the water columns. I have one. Well, today when I came out, I decided to put them everything on 3/16 ounce. So I could fish the deeper parts. I figured it'd be a lot easier to get to the deeper part of the water column. Well, it hasn't really got too hot yet, so it's not really an issue, I guess, fishing the deeper parts. So since I'm gonna go ahead and drift this, and right now I'm probably in about 6 or 7 feet of water, I'll throw the deeper one, the bigger jig head, just because I'm gonna need it to get down to the bottom part of the water column. Whereas when I'm fishing 3, you know, even 4, there it is. Something whacked me. Something's hit me. When I fish 4 to 5 feet, there it is. What is it? A little trout, yeah. Oh, there we go. So that's why I throw the smaller one, or the deeper jig head here, because it's like 8 feet deep, 7 feet deep, so you got to get pretty far down. But I like that shrimp right there. It's a Zman scented shrimps. It's a 3-inch. It's on that Texas eye right there. But yeah, it's a good combo to have right there. These trout love that shrimp, and it comes pre-scented too, all the way already. But little guy, little trout. So I got a trout and I got a snook. So I got 2 parts of the slam at 2/3. So I'll probably keep drifting this flat because I'm drifting right where I need to be going. So I'm probably gonna drift this flat, throw this shrimp out a little bit, and keep trying to get into some more trout. Alright, so what I'm doing now is, so I had the regular jig head on that rod, on this rod. It's Fenwick. It's a great rod, I love it, but it's more of a medium action, like a medium heavy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so it's like a medium fast action. So I'm not really, I feel the bites, but I'm not feeling it. The trout, the little trout that are kind of like trying to swipe at it, I'm not feeling them like until it's too late to set the hook. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna put that on this more sensitive rod. I'm gonna put that jig head on here. I put the Multron on that rod, which that's the rod I like to run the Multron on anyways, because it is a stiffer rod, so it makes it a lot better for a hook set with having that bulky of a bait on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this regular jig head on this one. I'm just gonna switch up that. Sometimes just doing that, putting a bait on a different rod with a different action, you'll feel that hook, that bite a lot faster than a different rod. I think that was grass. There it is. Oh, yeah, he's still on. Trout. Come on. I didn't leave myself enough to work with. So these trout are pretty small. Little guy. So this is honestly my favorite. Oh, I mean, ate up. This is a great way to fish right here. I love this way. Whenever everything sets up perfect, so the wind's literally pushing me exactly where I want to go. Like, I haven't had to touch my paddle this whole time ever since the corner of that island. I'm in nice schools of trout. I've been missing them left and right. I think my drag might be a little too tight, but I'm drifting perfectly. I'm in a nice little school of trout. And so I don't have to sit here and, oh, there it is. See, that's what it was. My drag was a little too tight. Pulling it out of her mouth. I can sit here, literally put my feet up and just relax. Just let the wind push me where I'm going. The tide's coming in, it's pushing me in. And I'm able to sit here, relax, and just kind of fish. They're not big trout, but it's something to keep me busy while I'm heading over to that island. You know, I got a little bit of time, not rushing, so I'm able to sit here and, you know, have fun with these trout and just drift right to where I want to go. Whenever you don't have a pedal drive and you rely on paddling to point you where you need to go in that direction, it's nice whenever you get moments like this where the wind's pushing you perfect, you're in a nice little school of fish that you're drifting across, and you're able just to kind of sit back, not have to touch the paddle, and just cast. You know, if I had a pedal drive, no matter what, I'd be able to sit there and just use my feet and direct where I'm going and be able to fish hands-free. But this is one of those times where it's nice to be able to sit back and fish hands-free, just drift and cast my pole out. This one feels a little bit bigger than the rest have been. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. Hang on, bud. Alright. This little shrimp right here is doing good. A little bit bigger. They're getting a little bit bigger, that's good. Yeah, but this little setup right here is perfect. When you're drifting a flat, like, I'm probably about between 5 and 7 feet, somewhere in there. It's hard to tell. But you put a 3/16 ounce or even a 1/4 ounce jig head, just a regular jig head. You don't have to worry about getting caught in the grass because it's so deep. And you just bounce it off the bottom pretty much, or just keep it right above the grass. And I mean, it works great with that little shrimp on there. I use the Zman shrimp. You can use any brand of shrimp really. The only thing I would recommend is I'd stay away from the pre-weighted shrimps, just because that only lets you fish that like a certain depth. You can't. There's another one. Oh, he got off. But yeah, those pre-weighted, the pre-hooked, those they kind of restrict you to a certain depth, and that's really it. So I like the ones that you can just rig up yourself on any jig head. Those usually seem to do a lot better, just because you can control the weight, you can control the depth that you're fishing. If you want to fish it shallow, you can fish shallow. If you want to fish it deep, you can fish it deep. Feels more like a trout. We doubled up. There you go. Oh, there he goes. He got off on his own. This one feels a lot bigger. Oh yeah, this one's definitely a little bit bigger. Barely hanging on. He hit that one hard. It's fat. These trout are super fat. Alright, so seen a tarpon roll. I only see him roll like once or twice. Oh, there's something. Oh, I think I might have a red on. Can't tell. Might be a big trout. Oh, that's a big old trout. That's a big trout. Oh yeah. This is a big trout, guy. That's a big one. He started pulling like a red. Oh, come on, don't pop off. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a nice trout right there. Holy cow, look at this thing. We're gonna measure him up. Definitely measure this guy. Oh, that's a big one. Go ahead and put a stick in the ground. Okay. So he's just fat. I'll put him on the board real quick. Okay, nose on the board. Yeah, so he's just fat. He's 19. Oh, put nose on the board, 19, right at 19. So this guy's just fat. Alright, so this guy, something tried to get him right there. Go ahead and get this. Oh yeah, he wasn't coming off at all. Alright, go ahead and whenever you're ready, bud. There it goes. There we go. So we got a pretty nice one now. It's definitely a good trout to have. Man, this color right here is troutcicle. It's definitely becoming one of my favorites. That color is definitely becoming one of my favorites. There we go. There's another trout. Another big one, yeah. Another nice one. Oh, see, they're just fat. He's not even that big. He's not even that big, just fat. Yep. Are you at your limit yet?
I'm keeping two.
All right.
They're both the same size.
Another nice one.
It's interesting that they're out here. It's a little shallow in water.
I've been doing really good actually with trout and this flat, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I always feel like I'm catching my biggest trout in the shallow water.
oh yeah, definitely, 100%. All my bigger trout have all been in 2 feet deep, 2 to 3 feet of water, if that.
Yeah.
About 1.5 feet. Oh man, they're right there. I can see them. I hope they didn't get spooked yet. They're right there. He's following it. He's following it. Got him! Oh yeah! There we go. I love sight casting these things, man. I swear. It's my favorite thing to do. Oh, this is a nice one. There's like 3 of them over here. There's like 3 or 4 of them. All right. This is a nice one. He might be over slot. He is fighting, man. He's not getting tired at all. There he goes. Here he comes. There's another one right there. I'm trying not to go by him. Oh yeah, he's a nice one. There we go. Whew, yeah. I don't know if he's gonna be over slot, but it's definitely a nice one. Dang. That troutcicle right there, man. That color. I just got a slam on that color today, guys. That doesn't say something. I got a slam on that color right there. That troutcicle. That right there is a great color, man. Right in the corner of the lip. Perfect hook set. Man, I watch him. I'll let him rest for a minute. Oh, he's heavy. There's 3 spots on this side. I don't know if there's any on the other side. There's one right up there on this. So 4 spots total. We're just gonna let him rest for a minute. I'll let him rest for a minute. Woo! Alright guys, so we're gonna get this lure out of his mouth and measure him. I don't think he's over slot at all. I think he's gonna be right at slot. If anything. Measure him right up on this. So we're gonna put him right there. Nose of the board. Nope. 24.5. It's not over slot. It's a beautiful fish right there. Beautiful fish. You know what? I think I'm gonna take this one home. My family's been wanting some redfish lately, so I'm gonna take this guy home. All right, I'm on again. Yep, I'm back on that school of reds. Another red. Oh no, is that a red? What is that? Yeah, that's a big red. Holy cow, that's a big red. Oh my gosh, this is a big red, guys. Big red. Oh, it broke. He broke me off. Look. It snapped off. I don't know how that happened, but it snapped. Right there. It snapped clean off. That was 20 pounds. So this was 20 pound. It broke at the 20. Dang. Alright, so guess what? We're gonna retie and throw back out there. Because they're here. We found them. So what I'm guessing, and like I said, this is just an educated guess of why that broke. Whenever I first caught my snook this morning, if you remember, my 20 pound was caught up in the snook's gill plate. When I looked at it, it looked like it was fine. So the only thing I can think of is that either it gave boost because of that, and it just, after so much pressure, it just eventually broke. But that was definitely, by the size of its tail between nose, I want to say that was pushing 30-inch fish, guys. That was a big fish. Because at first I thought I hooked into a shark. That's how big it was. When I looked at it, I thought I hooked into a shark. But, and then I seen the tail come up, and that's how I knew it was a redfish. So I'm gonna get retied up. I've got. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. It was pretty windy on the way back. Wind was coming right at me, but it was a really good day. Got my slam. I actually slammed on the same exact bait. So caught all 3 species on the same setup, so same paddle tail. That color is definitely, every time I go out and I use it, it's definitely starting to, you know, I'm going back and forth between that and the beer run being my favorite. Those are 2 really good colors for all sorts of different, you know, water clarity. But it was a really good day out there. You know, caught that nice red, caught a bunch of nice trout, caught that little snook. Yeah, it was a really good day. I took that redfish home. My fiance's been really wanting some redfish, so and the last one I caught with the 2 people I took out, I let them have it. You know, I brought them out to have a good time. I figured I'd send them out home with some fish too. So it was an all-around good day. This bag worked great. I love this bag. It's amazing. I think max I can probably only fit like a 30-inch fish in there, because I'm gonna have to curl it up in there. But other than that, held ice all day. Still got a full bag of ice in there. It's still, my drinks are still ice cold. So other than that, really good day. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification down at the bottom so you're notified when I post new videos. And remember, guys, there's always time for one more cast. I'll see you later.